Welcome to the 757 Connection, the best way to stay connected in your community. From the lens of the youth, we'll give our best take on what's going on. My name is Caleb.
My name is Jamal.
My name is Jasine.
And we are the 757 Connection. So, we are here with Dr. Maxlow. Dr. Maxlow, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So I work for Hampton City Schools. My title is Director of Innovation and Professional Learning, which is a really long title that basically means looking at how can we continue to make our schools better fit our students and the world today, and then how do we help the adults in Hampton City Schools be prepared for that.
Awesome.
So, what is your role within Hampton City Schools?
So I work a lot with teachers. I do come into classrooms, grades pre-K all the way up through 12th grade. I work with administrators. I basically work with just about everybody that has anything to do with instruction or curriculum. So deciding what we're going to teach, how we're going to teach it, how we're going to assess it. And one of my personal passions is really learning that students love. I want to make school a place where teachers can't wait to show up there in the morning, and students think it's probably going to be the most exciting part of their day. I know that's not always the case every day, everywhere, but I truly believe that if we all work together, and I don't just mean all the adults, I mean the adults working with the students as well, that we can make it that place that we are all excited to wake up to every day.
I have a question. Can you explain the future of Learning Summit?
The Future of Learning Summit. All right, so it's kind of along the lines of what I was just talking about, the idea of how are we really making schools fit our students and not just trying to hope that our students show up ready to fit our schools. So what we're doing March 23rd through the 25th, we're having a 3-day long summit around that. Thursday is the day where we will, it's for anyone with a vested interest in education. And so on that day, we are going to get together. We'll have a keynote speaker who's going to be talking about what learning is going to look like in the future, and then we're going to have some educators lead different conversations around different aspects of what learning needs to look like. So whether it's around incorporating more games in the classroom, working more closely with community organizations, or virtual learning, all those different things, and so that we can get together with all of the different people attending the summit and really talk about what does it look like. And then on Friday, we're going to have site visits. So we're going to be coming out to the academies, and that's when I'm excited because we get to work with the students, so that the students can really have a chance to talk with all of the participants and show them all the awesome things that you guys are doing, like this podcast, and really what does school need to look like today in order to prepare our young people for walking across the stage and going out into quote unquote the real world. Friday night, we are having a gala. I am so excited about this. It's going to be at the Air and Space Museum. We have some students from Kecoughtan High School who are going to be acting out a mystery, time travel mystery. Someone has stolen the code that powers the time travel machine, and we have to figure out who over the course of the evening. And then Saturday, we are also going to be back with our students at our Building Tomorrow Showcase project, where students from all of 4 high schools are going to be showing off some of the most creative, most innovative, and most impactful projects that have taken place in Hampton this year, and that have in some way benefited and impacted the actual Hampton community outside of our high schools. So that's what that is.
Yeah, I think that's amazing work. Hampton City Schools is really becoming a progressive, district within the schools. So I think that we're still looking forward and being progressive. So I think that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, one of my other passions is really this belief that we need to work with our students rather than us as adults having all the answers, because I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. And I think that the world is just so different, and it's so different from when I grew up. And you guys are the ones out there who, yeah, there are some things that we know as adults that we need to tell you because you have no idea about those things. But there's a lot that you guys need to tell us that you need as well. And so it needs to be a constant, ongoing conversation. I know that almost every lesson that I create, like I show it to my 14-year-old and I'm like, yes, no, fun, not fun. And just getting that feedback is just, it makes it so much better.
So, what all do you expect from what do you expect to come from the Learning Summit?
From the Learning Summit?
Yes.
Well, what I'm hoping, so we are going to have some Hampton teachers there, and I'm hoping that they get something out of it and they come away with some new ideas, but we're also going to have a lot of people from outside of Hampton as well. And so my hope is really that what we are doing in Hampton helps everyone across Virginia, the nation, globally, seeing what school can look like, and dreaming what it could look like, and then working with other people who believe in those dreams to actually build it. So that's all I want, is just to change the entire, face of education, to be amazing. Just a small little goal there.
To wrap it all up, what are some ways that we could not only share the event that you're having, but take the knowledge that you may be sharing and spread it out to whomever may need it?
That is a fabulous question. I love it. I'm going to leave a lot of that up to you guys, but any way that you are willing to promote the conference, social media, obviously through this podcast, wherever you post this podcast on social media, talking with any, adults that and any, not just in Hampton, but outside of Hampton about the possibility of this, that's great. I would love to maybe have you guys interview some of the participants afterwards just to see what they thought and how it went and what actual changes it's going to make in their daily work. Those are just some ideas off the top of my head, but I'm willing to entertain anything else that you guys can think of too.
Yeah, definitely. We'll love to help you out and participate in that. One more thing, I did forget, I apologize, but we asked all our guests that we have on the podcast to give a little bit of advice, to our listeners, and just some advice for success. So, what would be your little nugget of
my advice would be to know ahead of time that when you try new things, you're probably going to fail, and not to let that worry you too much. To try to always stick to your values. But know that you're going to end up apologizing to people sometimes because things just aren't going to work. And that's okay as long as you apologize and you mean it and you try to become better afterwards and, stick with whatever changes you need to make.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank you for, helping us out with this. And, well, we do want to help you out a little bit more with, the gala. Yeah.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.